Man, Rooster, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. Ready?
What's going on, folks?
Welcome back.
You know what time it is.
It's that show.
You know, it's that show, baby. We're talking about the crash.
The rooster crowing.
It's all going down.
Crypto crash, man. If you all haven't been following crypto in the last 2 weeks, you're missing out.
It's been hitting the floor. Now's the time to buy.
So we talked about this in a previous episode.
Crypto what?
Crypto what? But the point is that you had these large players coming in, and they were manipulating the money market. And in the beginning, over the last 8 years or so, people have just been like beating it down, saying it ain't anything. It's just this, it's that, it's a fad, it's that.
For real.
It's over $1 trillion. $1 trillion. That ain't chump change. You can't wipe that off the earth. But the point is that there was like these, like Dogecoin, right? Elon Musk comes out. He's like, hey, no, I like my doggy. I like my doggy. And then, Tesla took payment in Bitcoin for vehicles. And so to insure against the purchasing price, they had to buy Bitcoin so that when you paid for it in Bitcoin, they weren't getting screwed on the current price.
Yeah.
And then just a few days ago,
hit the floor.
Down like 20,000 leagues under the sea. That shit just dropped because China came out and said they're cracking down. Now, for all you folks that know this and been in the crypto world like me for a long period of time, you know that China has done this more than 4 or 5 times. And they do this, and people panic sell, and they go crazy. There's so many people that lost more shit in this round because they bought it at such a high, such a high price point because they thought it was going to go to $100,000.
And then they panic and sell it all, and
they lose money. And you gotta stop. This is no different than the stock market. Big money is going to control the market.
Exactly, the big players.
Right? And if you know how to watch it, just like if you're a day trader in the stock market, in currency exchanges and things like that, you're going to make money. Right? Is it get rich? No, it's not. We have to identify, understand, and know that we are set in a growing money market that is still going through a lot of pains. You gotta stop
overreacting,
panicking like your ass is on fire.
Just hold on to your shit; it'll go back up.
That's what creates the volatility, right? If you panic sell, it weakens the market. If you hold on, even though at that given point where you are at a deficit, don't sell.
Right.
Don't. Because that's what holds the floor. That's what holds the base. Yeah. Right? It gets to a certain point and it can only go up from there. But the more people that panic sell, the lower that floor gets. Right? The lower that price point gets. That ain't all right.
Right.
That ain't all right. This shit ain't going anywhere.
Exactly. It's like, to hold on to it for another couple of months. It'll bounce right back up and you wouldn't have lost the fucking hundreds, if not thousands of dollars that you just gave up.
Personally, I've held on to coins for years, right? And I was just telling you the other day that I found a wallet that had some coin in it. I didn't even know I had. I forgot that it was even in my ledger. And I said, "What's in here?"
Oh,
and looky there, I got almost $1,000 sitting in there.
That's free money
for doing nothing.
Right,
it just
for
sat
just
there.
Waiting, just being patient.
At the same point though, it dropped. Right. It dropped, and I lost 30% on it. But am I going to panic sell that?
Yeah, right.
No, I'm not. Because I feel like there's going to be. That's what crypto is. There's a coin for every purpose, right? And when those purposes are needed and those markets build, that coin is going to go up in intrinsic value, right? So supply and demand, right? And when the demand becomes greater than the supply, whoop, it just skyrockets. And, I've helped you kind of, expand your mind in that. You've made some money.
Definitely.
You've looked at, what those futures look like, and we've had those discussions. God, man, stop panicking.
That was really the big thing, that was just not to focus on like the day-to-day drops and upwards, but to just be patient, and wait for these trends to play out, and just continue to watch it and manage it. As long as you're staying on top of it, then it's always going to go back up. So like you said, it's $1 trillion market. It's not going anywhere. So.
And when it was really pumping, I mean, it was what I'd have to look at the market itself, but if it wasn't $2 trillion, it should have been.
Yeah,
it should have been. Now, these money markets and where we're going as a species, right? Because we not to get political on this stuff, but everybody keeps talking about, well, I want my personal freedoms, right? I should decide how my money is spent and how it's handled, right? Which is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. That is why cryptos are the future, right?
Right.
Because I can sit here and I can punch out money all day long, right? I'll go to federal prison for it. I go to federal prison for it because I'm not the Federal Reserve. But there's no standard to it. In fact, there's only a handful of countries that have a standard set against their currency. Point in fact, look at Chile. Chile, as a country, has a standard set against actual goods. So they hold precious metals and commodities and things against their currency, which strengthens them as a country. Yeah. Which, good job.
Good job.
You. Good job. Because
fuck you, Nixon.
Exactly. We should have never gone away from the gold standard. We wouldn't be in the position we are as a country if that if it didn't happen.
Right. Especially with all these fucking stimulus checks and all this shit. Our money, the value of our money is just fucking going down and down.
And people don't realize what inflation is going to look like.
I know, right? Yeah. People are like, $3,000? Give me. I mean, but you gotta take it. They're giving out free money. You gotta take it.
I'm not taking it.
You're not taking it? I took it.
I'm not taking it. Well, I mean, the
stimulus checks.
The first stimuluses were a different animal. The one that's coming up that we talked about in the previous episode.
Oh, the one that's coming up.
The child credits?
Yes.
I'm not taking that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that shit.
Yeah.
I'll write it off next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'll write it off next year. But yeah, the other ones, because there was no taxes attached. There was fine.
That's the fuck part. That's what I'm saying. You got to take it, but at the same time, it's like giving everyone thousands of dollars is just fucking tanking the economy.
It is. Especially when there's not some sort of commodity tied to a repayment.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Because our GDP is so low, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the country's been out of work.
Yeah.
Every goddamn country's been out of work.
Yeah.
You can't get a new car because there's chip shortages because of the trade agreements between China and these other countries that we can't get new cars. Mm-hmm. Which I don't like computers anyways, but that's the other point that we'll get to later. But people just lost their minds. And if you lost your mind or you lost some money, let us know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, please. Share it with your friends. We are trying to really push this thing out.
Right.
This is a really hot topic. I personally know some people, of course, that are very, very well-to-do, that are in those markets, right? A couple of them actually lost some money.
That doesn't surprise me.
A couple of them actually lost some money. Now, am I going to shed a tear? No, because they make more money in a day than most people make in a year.
Right.
And we're talking high-tier jobs. We're not talking about, somebody flipping burgers at McDonald's. We're talking about somebody that's a VP at a company.
Yeah.
That's the type of money they make in a day. I'm not crying for them.
Yeah.
Right? I'm really not. I'm sorry, guys. You know who I am. I know who you are. We're still good.
We're still good.
But when you look at it though, I mean, when are people going to get out of this trained thought process that they've been brought into and indoctrinated into, that if you don't have that $green dollar bill,
physical piece of paper, Right? It's not worth anything, right? It's like the value on our money, on our physical money, is just as imaginary as the value on this cryptocurrency, you know? Now that we're not on a standard.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah.
The value you place on something is literally just what everyone agrees upon is what it's worth.
Right, to an extent, yes. I absolutely agree with that. But we also look at what can we do to improve that market?
Yeah.
Right? There are several coins that are out there that back their currency, back their coin against a commodity, gold, silver, platinum, things like that.
Oh, really? I didn't know that they did that.
And they're kind of slow to roll, right? They're slow to roll, and they're not very popular because people are just so inundated with the instant.
Yeah, right.
But I feel like that those currencies are the ones that are going to actually
carry weight and pick up.
Right, right. And so the more of those currencies in the digital realm that exist, those will be the major players in 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? I still believe that we're going to be at a world currency standard at some point in the near future. It's got to happen.
Right.
It's going to happen.
I wish aliens would just come down already so we could just... so we can unify as a world. Fucking...
No more governments.
No more governments. Fucking
just people trying to live as people and treating...
We're all on one fucking team.
Well, we may have that next month because I think those documents are supposed to be released in June.
Oh, well, those UFO documents.
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
For real, we're going to do an episode on that. People.
Absolutely.
Believe it.
Wait for that one. Wait for that one. We're watching for it.
Right.
But I mean, what since you and I have talked about it and you've gotten involved in crypto, what is your perspective as a young person? I mean, you've talked to other people, I'm sure, about crypto. Me, being that I'm older, it's a different conversation. What are you seeing in that realm? What's happening in that?
A lot of people my age especially are seeing it as an opportunity to make some quick money. And just like people of any age, greed kind of takes control. I feel like nowadays more people are treating it's like a gamble, rather than actually putting in the time to watch the trends and be patient like we were talking about. More people my age just throw it in, expect it to go up and cash out, and those are the type of people who are just losing their money, who don't put any actual time into the research. Most of the people my age are that way. They put no time into any research. They put the money in, and they hope that it goes up just like a gamble to cash out. No, I don't experience very many people my age, at least, who, and even I don't to a full extent, put in full diligence to figure out what the trends are and what... So it's less... For my generation, at least, it seems like it's less like a huge actual commodity and more like an opportunity to get rich quick,
Right. Which it's really not. We're really at a precipice here where we have to think about what that really looks like in the long term. And in case you guys don't know, we got a hailstorm outside right now. If you hear that, we apologize. Apparently, God's a little pissed off.
Crypto, what?
I will smite thee. But no, I get that, because even when I started talking to you about it a couple of years ago, you were like, "What?
Yeah.
You made what?"
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The first thing that registered in your mind was, I can make how much money?
Yeah, right.
But then you went through the process and you learned and you understood.
Exactly. Started to watch the markets.
Yeah, and you have to know when is the right time to get in and out. Mm-hmm. The crypto crashes will keep happening.
Exactly.
They will keep. They happen in the stock market. They just happen. And there's no guarantee on anything. There's no guarantee on anything in life.
Literally.
Right? Period.
Only put in money that you're willing to lose completely.
Because we are not financial advisors. By any means.
Don't take our advice for anything. But if you expect to lose it all, then you have literally nothing to lose. Then it's and that's the way that I try to view it all the whole time.
That's true.
Is that it's just play money. You're throwing it in there, just experimenting with it, as long as you're not riding your life savings on it.
Like too many people out
right
there. That's ridiculous. People putting their whole life savings in. So You got to stop that shit. You got to have something to buy your bread.
Have some integrity. Don't sell all your shit when it crashes, and you'll be fine. You'll make it through the crisis.
Take it easy. Take it slow. Learn the crypto that you're investing in. Know that you've got some confidence in it, and you'll be fine. Just ride it out. But unless the next round's on you,
we gotta go.
Cheers.
That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to, that show.